Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I'm Uriah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies here. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
Nima, what's up? How are you doing?
Very good. I'm very well today, and I bring greetings from the Federal Road Safety Commission to all the ladies. I got a complimentary service at the VIS station. They checked my car and gave my car a good pass. So thank God I have my. But they said I need to do some minor works on the car, which is involved buying some things. And everybody, I even met the sector commander, what's his name? Mr. Karim. I met him watching TVC in the office. So the station is stationed on TVC, and they had a lot of things to say about.
But I was coming in from Abuja. All the airports, all the screens had TVC on, and he was actually watching the show.
Yes.
So that's what the president watches. What else will the people be watching?
What our governor is watching.
Mr. Umeje, the boys are working.
So, Mr. Deji, I'm giving you your shout out.
All right.
Mr. Deji was wondering why we had to do capture again for a renewal. I was renewing my license. He also came for a renewal. But we had to do all our bio capture, our data capture again.
Okay,
so we don't know why Nigeria is like that.
How are you doing, Jumzo?
I'm amazing and I'm very grateful. And I'm
nice and
very
bright.
excited. Oh, thank you very kindly.
Say I should greet you.
Thank you.
No, she knows.
FRSC
I'm not to upset her. No, she knows what I'm saying.
My outfit made by T-Smart. I'm very grateful. The skirt was a gift. I bought the top, and I'm very excited today. The ladies of your view are going to be ringing the bell at the close of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Yeah. Congratulations, ladies. It's not easy to be amongst the top 100 most influential people of African descent worldwide. Hey.
All over the world.
All over the
We paid
world.
our dues. We deserve some
What does it say?
accolades.
Hey, we've gone global.
Worldwide.
We global now.
We're global
We're
now,
gonna be there
yes.
by
that
God's
is-
grace
that was
today.
what I wanted to-
Yeah.
So.
Thank God.
So yesterday I had really nice time acting. You know, I was narrating,
God, you guys,
and
because I wouldn't have said it. I mean,
I really enjoyed myself.
PM
Actually,
yesterday.
I enjoyed myself. It was good to see. They were energetic. They were coordinated. I think that we need to encourage young people that are trying to make the best of their situation. There's a lot of people like within that space, that energetic, putting that energy into negativity. So I'm happy that Black Image Concept decided to engage those people into using their creativity
I think
for
I
good.
said something
It was
similar when I
fun.
went the first time. I just seeing young people doing so much, putting so much,
was
and I'm thinking,
fun.
the Nigeria you guys are in, I just feel Nigeria can appreciate this kind of talent. These are young people. Like,
Yes.
I wish you're in a country that appreciated the kind of energy and effort you're putting into all this stuff. Because if it was so elsewhere, these kids, people would have known them. They would have been.
They would have funded them well
and they would,
enough.
But
It's not easy.
it's just inspiring to see a company like Black Image engaging young people, and it was fantastic.
May
to be
I
part
say
of
that regardless of that they are in Nigeria, if they keep on doing what they're doing, eventually talent, you can't
show
hide
up.
it.
It will show up. They
It
should
will
remain
bloom.
dedicated.
And then people will now start asking them that, where did this one come from? Without realizing how many years, they've been at it.
So that's
So it's
fantastic.
time for the weekend.
We can honestly, somebody's giving birth very soon, so I'm trying to go shopping for her. So I'm like, let's go to Lagos to get some
Please,
items.
I've not done school shopping. I don't have a school bag. I don't have a school shoe.
Someone made
Instagram is your
school
friend.
bags for my
Are
children.
you serious?
Go to
So
Instagram.
come
Now.
and
There are a lot of
patronize
companies
her.
that are on Instagram.
And they'll come and
now.
deliver.
They'll deliver to you.
I won't
easily.
mind. I really
I'm trying
won't
to
mind.
get it a bit more affordable. I'm going to Lagos,
I should send you pictures of those bags. they
I won't
made for
mind.
my
I won't
children.
mind.
You
Please,
should
let's do
see.
Made in
I
Nigeria.
was shocked yesterday when they
Let's
were
do Made in
delivered. I
Nigeria.
was really
And
shocked.
MIL is coming back this weekend, so
And I'm-
yeah, getting that ready. So.
Eku Palemo.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking at Unilag on Sunday morning.
Oh, great.
Yes, we're talking feminism, Sha. I
Wow.
hope I rock it the Islamic way.
Oh, nice. Nice. Cool.
I'll be speaking at the Junior Chamber International event on good leadership on Sunday morning. I think I said it yesterday already.
Did you say yesterday? Did you say yesterday?
No, I didn't mention their name,
Yeah.
but I said it
Nonsense,
yesterday.
girl. I know
Great.
what you mean.
Let's go on the break. It's Friday, so celebrity all the way. Celebrity gist, celebrity guests. But first, let's go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Right, we're going to start with the Punch very quickly. APC NEC adopts direct presidential primary and indirect for governors. FAC sets subcommittee on excess crude accounts management. Internet fraudster abducts Facebook female friend in Lagos. I'll support female aspirants across party lines, says Aisha Buhari. And Papa gridlock persists 1 month after Shimbajo's intervention. Bamidele back home after treating gun injury in the U.S. Remember he was shot in the
Yeah, gunshot injury.
Buhari's national interest comment alibi to undermine judiciary, says Shoyinka. Saraki declares presidential bid, promises sincere anti-graft war. And MTN denies illegally repatriating $8.1 billion. Let's start with the human interest. Yeah.
Ajayi, 26-year-old on Facebook, befriended a 14-year-old Miracle who was on Facebook also, and they connected on Facebook, so they chatted each other. Did they ask Miracle out, tried to find out how they could meet, and Miracle said that she tried blocking and all that, it didn't work out. Somehow, Jide got to know where Miracle lives. And Miracle said that suddenly she was coming back home from an errand and saw Jide in her environment, and Jide now abducted her and kept her for 4 days. So I'm like, you're 14-year-old, you're on Facebook, you're apparently monitored by any family member because nobody knew that you were chatting with a mature man of 26, to the extent that the guy got to know your address. There are many loopholes in this, but I know that we tend to overpost or we overshare on Facebook. We share where we are, we share what we're doing. So probably she must have shared her address,
right,
and he got to know.
And also, I think on Wake Up Nigeria yesterday, I think was sharing various apps mothers and parents should have. There's some that can actually help you monitor what your child is doing online. Their phones, their iPads, everything, so you can see.
Plus, there's supposed to be an age limit for Facebook. It's supposed to be 18.
Right.
So
she must have lied about her
they
age.
will lie about their age and.
Which other story? I know that Bamidele is back. Okay, did you read that story?
Yeah. So it was. I had to just quickly go and read it because it was just simply saying that Nigeria is ripe for
a female
president, and that if any female president shows up, she's willing to support even across party lines.
We already have two.
And Bamidele, he went to the US for treatment after the gunshot, so obviously he couldn't be treated in Nigeria. I mean, safer.
First aid was in Nigeria, Sha.
First aid,
four gunshot wounds.
It wasn't easy, but at least he's back now.
We thank God.
Moving on to Daily Sun. Wale Soyinka tackles Buhari on rule of law. Copper Davido rocks Lagos NYSC camp.
Yes, sir.
Makes front page. 2019, why I'm running for president, says Saraki. Church, hotel, shops razed in Rivers tanker explosion. 2019, APC adopts direct primary election to pick Buhari to select others through indirect primary. Let's talk about this
smell
indirect.
double standard.
No, I will talk about indirect later, but the church is a good story that I want to take
And the
to
hotel, yes,
address
the tanker
my
that
area
raised.
this morning. So this tanker driver, of course, ran into a jam, trying to turn at a bend. He ran into a church wall, went into busted into flames, and burnt everything in sight in Port Harcourt yesterday. And same thing could have happened as at this morning as I'm speaking to you. That's the risk that might happen on Old Ojo Road, the entire arm of Old Ojo Road and the expressway coming to Mautu, all the way from Alakija, far from Trade Fair this morning. It's tight, is unmotorable, is locked
see it
down.
happening, and we're going to wait until it becomes an emergency.
Under the eyes of every authority in sight.
Are we going to wait until we lose lives?
Every authority in sight. So if one of those tankers burst into flames mistakenly, all the containers packed all the way, all through this entire stretch, all the way to Mautu, this morning would put people at risk. Cars that are trying to go to work. Imagine the time I left home. Look at the time I got to work. So you sit in traffic for 2 hours trying to maneuver this thing. It's not healthy at all. Someone should let these people know they can't do business on people's time like that. Their taxpayers' money is not, the taxes they pay is not enough to cover this kind of risk they put us.
All right, let's take the
Major headline. Nobel laureates. Professor Wale Soyinka, in a statement entitled Buhari's Pernicious Doctrine, said, here we go again, that the president's speech on national interest being above the rule of law is, and I'd like to quote him again, a playback of military rule in a democratic system.
Okay. All right, but all week, I think lots of people have been saying, Femi Falana, quite a number of others, everybody has come out to say,
listen, believe the president
we shouldn't actually...
He should have been guided before making the statement in the first place.
No,
he should have been guided before making the statement. That's why he has advisors.
Properly guided. Now, like he said, we cannot take away the fact that his experiences would, you know.
But there was, according
make
to,
him
I think it was Jimmy Disu's show I was listening to yesterday, somebody cited a case, Asari Dokubo versus, I think, the federal government, somewhere where, in that case, they said that because that human interest can actually
national interest. The courts.
No, that the human rights can actually, the courts decided on that case.
Let the courts decide
that can be used
what
as
is
that can be used as a precedent.
Well,
if you
this
want
is
to
my,
use.
this
No,
is my
so the
take
courts
on it.
will use it
So
in court.
These are arms of government, and they work in tandem. Someone with they should get good lawyers who can put before the court what national interest is as above human interest. Right. It shouldn't be determined by government abusing court orders to release
that's
the person.
The issue.
So if the court sees that these circumstances, they would not grant that person bail.
Right.
That's all.
What lawyer would sort on?
Moving on to
That's
Vanguard.
what all your seniors have been saying.
2019, APC opts for direct and indirect primary elections. Confusion trails planned closure of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
I have that story.
APC responsible for Nigeria's low economic growth, says Atiku. And Saraki declares for presidency. 2019, Tambuwal picks nomination form. And Buhari's remarks on rule of law, playback of military rule. All right, let's talk about the indirect and direct primaries very quickly.
The APC have adopted, initially, the stand of the chairman of the party was direct primaries all the way. And direct primaries is simple. All party members stand behind their candidates.
Or card-carrying members.
Card-carrying members. You will see where you are. So you know your enemy, you know your friend. But now they are adopting for the states. That's what the governors would like, where parties will say, okay, these are our delegates, they should go and vote. And you know the corruption that happens with delegates. Just put them in a hotel, feed them well, give them package, and
everybody will be okay.
Exactly. And
well,
I have a double standard.
But I have a question. For the presidency, won't we have too many delegates if it is direct?
You know, everybody has
how many
there's almost like a
millions?
consensus already for Buhari. So that one is an easy thing. It's for the states. It's the states, and because the governors are the ones that have the money, the fund to fund the elections. That's why the NYSC just say, you know what?
Let me take it along how much the party forms will cost. Now, for presidency is 50 million. Declaration form is 5 million. That's 55 million for presidency. 20 million for governors. 2.5 million for declaration. So
let's who could take all the political.
It's more expensive now, but the national.
It's not a political story.
No, Tambuwal picking up nomination forms. Saraki declaring I did not too young to run events, and they quickly just denied him. Oga, we are very apolitical. And we're non-partisan.
You say it's a Saraki thing to declare at a forum where he wasn't supposed to declare.
No, but they gave him a microphone.
The not too young to run had called him as a speaker.
He was a speaker.
One at a time, please.
They had invited him to come and speak. My mom then called me yesterday. Saraki said you people want him to go. The youth called him. No. What they called him to do was to speak, and he used that platform to declare.
Anyway, he has a right. He has a right, Sha. And then the people will now go and decide if they want him or not.
We are confused. Even the newspaper is confused. They want to close down Lagos-Ibadan Expressway between the 2nd of September till Tuesday, the 15th of September. And
January.
Till January next year. So we're waiting. Ministry of Works already said that they are not involved with this, but Julius Berger is going to carry out a routine maintenance. There'll be a diversion out of...
That's what the Federal Road Safety is saying.
Federal Road Safety is saying that there'll be a diversion, that after RCCG C entrance, C car park, there'll be a diversion through Shagamu. I'm just wondering, all through Christmas, into January. We are confused, though.
It's failed planning.
We are confused.
If we already had roads that were excellent.
If our
standard roads.
If our B, they call them something A and B.
B routes.
The A is Lagos-Ibadan. If we had a B that, we could use as alternative.
I remember reading in the papers right here
that
they were going to do this.
We have to run off. Move on to Telegraph. Afenifere Ohaneze Arewa leaders move against APC. Primaries, APC proposing 55 billion naira for presidential form. And very quickly into Nigerian Tribune, showing that to Buhari, rule of law outlasts all subverters, however seemingly powerful. Davido causes commotion at NYSC orientation camp.
Yeah,
and Saraki has declared. Okay, so go ahead.
Davido is a feel good, Friday story. So Davido yesterday went to register at the Lagos NYSC camp, and he was talking in his car because guess what? The core members were so excited. They had their phones.
Why did they post him to Lagos in the first place?
Where would they have
Bauchi or Gombe? That is where.
At the camp.
I mean,
all of us
gave him a microphone,
Yeah.
And he sat and
that's the song, front page of the song.
He's the richest copper ever.
He was singing at the camp. I
How
wonder,
is he going to
where are those military men that were beating all of us?
How much is the Alawi again?
The military men were guiding him.
Unfortunately, we have to go on a break now. Let's go. When we come back, Our hot topic takes us to right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So very recently, a popular female musician was online to say, and I quote, "It's a sin to be a woman in Africa." This quote was from her, has caused a lot of online reactions from a lot of female and others thinking that why would she say something like that? Now, how hard is it to be a woman in Africa, especially in our dear country, Nigeria? What are your thoughts on this? Let's hear your views. She's a celebrity. I mean, many people know her. It was online. And people are worried that what's she going through, what's happening. But the truth is that whatever she said is almost a lot of people's reality. We mask a lot of things. And people try to, you know, make it look as if everything is okay. So in your view, when you saw that post, what was the first thing that came to mind?
I'd, before her post, been asking, where's Tiwa Savage? Because she's usually one to post, oh, she's here, you know, her hairstyle, this is what she's wearing. But she went quiet for a few weeks. Eventually, she showed up. She was having a concert at the O2 Arena in the UK. So I thought, oh, maybe she had been busy rehearsing and all of that. And just right after the concert, you know, she put up that status of how difficult it is. Sometimes she wants to just give up. And I'm like, wow. I totally, without being in her shoes, can understand what she's going through. The amount of pressure a performer all over the world, not just Nigeria, goes through, and then with the public scrutiny on a daily basis on her private life, everything. You say, well, that he wants to put out their private life. Yes, I agree. But it does not mean because they put out this part, then you should go and dig out all the parts. Allow them be the ones to decide how much of their private life want to be outside. I just hope that she gets the help that she needs. All of us at such a time should rally around people like that. That's a call for help immediately.
Okay, I'd like to be positive and say it's not hard, but the reality of my work I come across this kind of thing. So I got a call on Tuesday that this woman who had been married for 12 years has been abused for 12 years. She has to fend for 4 children. Her husband has gone from emotional abuse of the woman to physical abuse. He's always, you know, committing infidelity in the marriage and a lot of other things. And I wonder how she copes. And what she said was, I'm a teacher. How much do I earn? He has the money. He has to put these children to school, so I have to just stay married, you know. But I know that my dignity is always being abused. I've seen too many of them, and I know for a fact it's not easy anywhere in the world being a woman.
Well, I don't want us to, well, it's good that we're sharing these experiences because...
No, it's important that we share because the policymakers are watching. I would like a situation where their leverage is given. So a woman has 2-3 kids, she's faced in an abuse, and as she has come to the right authority, in a particular case I handled within the police, she went to the right authority and her husband, the police officer, is still in service. He's not fending for the children as he should. He's using that power of empowerment over her. Someone should be checking those excesses and saying, okay, Oga, those days in the military, when a man abuses his family and the wife goes, they will pay the salary to the wife. So they make sure that the children are taken care of and everything is fine at home. So you don't have the money to go and carry burukutu and all that. I want a situation like that where these women have somewhere to run, but it's no longer like that. So I'm always faced with
when I had a conversation like this recently with a group of people, and they were telling us, it was me, the 2 of us, 2 ladies, were similar ages, and a bunch of older people, and they were arguing with us that, no, life is not difficult for a Nigerian woman. And we kept saying, you're not living in our reality, because the little things that you don't see, that we come across every single day. People don't seem to understand what the Nigerian woman goes through, especially emotionally. The pressure from the family, pressure from society, pressure from even the workplace, the glass ceiling, you have to break, those things you have to break, even in the office to get ahead. So it's almost as if everybody has turned a blind eye to us and say, you know what, deal with it. Your mother's dealt with it, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Let me let Tokwe come in here. Your views, when you saw that post,
It's back to tradition. You see, we're dealing with a different reality and we're stuck on culture. You know, so for our mothers, they went through this entire experience, but their reality was different. They didn't have to fend as much as we have to fend. They didn't have to pressure as much as we have to pressure. They were educated, but they were brought up within the culture of, you are going to come back from work and still cook and do all of this. For us, we see a better life. We see the ideal. And we're struggling between our reality and what we want for ourselves, which is the ideal. Tiwa Savage just finished a successful concert. It was successful by all standard.
It's never enough.
And yet she's a woman, and the reality of her womanness, even when she is a pop star, could not be denied. And her sending out that tweet is a call. We need to deal with the issues on ground. We cannot just, our men can't just think that we are strong and we can cope with everything. It's not the reality anymore.
That I think we should try to see if it's possible to answer. So if we use this as a case study, with all the success, all the exposure, all the education, what is that thing that makes a woman complete, where you don't get to a point of breaking down? I don't want to go into issue of marriage, but what is that thing that will make a woman complete?
Let me try to answer.
Because there's so many factors.
So we are nurturers first, and we always carry our ID cards, like I call them, along wherever we go. A woman would be independent and have a conducive environment when she knows that the dependents on her are taken care of, usually school fees. Most of these women I've spoken with, that I've had to deal with, if I could just take away the burden of the school fees of the children and their shelter from her, she'll be fine. She will flourish. And a man who knows that, you know, it takes two to tango, has these responsibilities, and dump everything on her, that this is your punishment for not putting up with my excesses, that man should not be allowed to go scot-free. In the abroad that we like to copy, there are provisions that, you know, under a separation and a divorce, that allows a woman to keep custody of her children and make a man provide for his dependents because they carry his name. But here, you see, it's such a difficult task to even achieve in the first place. So the woman still has to face the realities of, if you want this, you have to go through the entire...
Let me take this call.
There should be a buffer.
Good morning, are you there? Thanks for calling.
And then, good morning.
Go ahead, please.
Honestly, and good morning to everyone in the studio. Well, let me just take this issue of your time. There's something that really bothers me, and even the topic that is being discussed upon today. Every surrounding in Nigeria.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you very well.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, not very clearly. Go ahead, Victor.
Everything, even including the topic we are discussing this morning, everything surrounding Nigeria as a nation, it comes to a laughing. How I wish you could send your crew out there.
Victor, it's hard. We can't hear what you're saying. Sorry about that, Victor.
So sorry.
Yes.
See, for me, aside from marriage, the biggest issue I think women are facing is lack of respect for them as a human being.
Yes.
It is about, I am a human being. I'm a woman, but I'm a human being. And so I should be respected as a human being. In the office, you shouldn't say that because I'm a woman, I should earn less than a man. Because I'm a woman, I should be slapped by a colleague and they'll say, you're a woman. Or you talk rudely to me and say, I have your type at home. If I'm in school, I shouldn't be looked at because I dress, I wear shorts, I'm luring. Do you understand? I should be respected. Every woman in marriage, as a young child, everybody just wants, respect me.
Right. Let me take this call from Tayo. Tayo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Please go ahead.
Yes, you know, the new mothers of today, they're not really encouraging this situation where women are the ones considered weaker sex. Because the new woman, when she has her son, she wants her son to play ball. She doesn't want her son in the kitchen, especially single mothers. You know, they want the boys to be out there on the street. And it's the same cycle where women are kept down. And these are women that went to school abroad and they saw these things. You know, you can't mollycoddle your boy and then expect him to grow into a disciplined young man that respects women's rights. You know, look around your friends. You see what I'm saying. Look around your young mother friends. See how they treat their boys compared to how they treat their daughters. It's sad. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Very true. I think that men still want to be catered to by their women. And women, in the quest for empowerment, we have become a little confused. Exactly what is my role? For instance, using Tiwa Savage, she was very well supported by her boyfriend, then manager. When they married and the roles changed from just being a wife, she became a mother and the breadwinner of the household. The burdens on her became too many. The husband started complaining of lack of attention from her.
I should be thinking, you don't understand.
So what was she supposed to do in that regard? So is it that as a single woman, yes, get your education. If you want to do PhD and become professor and all your dreams and everything, but once you become a wife, allow the man to take care of you. Unfortunately, if the man doesn't step up in that role, most women will not watch their children not going to school or not feeding well, and so we run out. I remember the caller on the show 2 weeks ago who was saying his wife is a banker and there's one smallie taking care of him. So when we were just nurturers and the men had several women, the women just stayed with ensuring that their own children were well brought up. Now, a woman still has that concern, but is still also looking outside my KPI. I have to do well at work. I have to do this. I have to do that. It's just too much.
Our realities are now different, but the responsibility and the role is still defined. So we need to evolve as a culture. The roles are still defined.
So what we need to do is for
something.
each woman to decide what she can cope with. Once you get to your breaking point, just drop it all. I think that when women start to drop it sometimes, the men pick up their responsibility.
Okay, let's
But
let me
then
take a few
you
tweets.
stand the risk of your children saying you abandon them. Ridwan King is saying, this is what I've always been saying about the restructuring mantra. In this part of the world, strong men build strong institutions, but strong institutions don't build strong men. Andrew says, if you marry a woman in Britain and decide to leave her in the lodge with kids, she will claim at least 50% to 60% from all your earnings. Abdugani Ajileye says, no, it's not. Women should please subject themselves to matrimonial discipline. Men should also be pious. All should fear God. Right. I would have wanted to address...
What Timothy said, the pride of some men is the problem. I have seen a woman driving a cab and the husband is not working and you will come home to eat. If I'm a woman, you won't eat, so...
We really need to we still need to have this conversation because we can't exhaust the conversation, especially because we need to change people's thinking towards the role of women. Things are changing, responsibilities are still there, and men need to understand and get with the program a little. Women are not educated. How do we balance out this relationship so that because at the end of the day, it's to build a better society, right?
Yes.
We want to raise children to have a better society. So we need to look at what we want, look at the results we're looking for, and how do we get there. So we can't exhaust the conversation, but let's go on a break now. When we return, our celebrity guest takes the couch. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So Nollywood actor Yomi Fabiyi. He's not a new name in the industry. He's an actor, filmmaker, and a producer. He has also won several awards. Welcome to the show, Oga Fabiyi.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You can give us your call on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag TVC so we can read your tweets. So, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
You're always seeing you in the abroad.
Mario, let me just put him on the hot seat because he has been waiting for it.
Hey.
Whatever you find, you will find.
I'm ready.
We just discussed women and how difficult it can be to be an African woman, living in Nigeria today. And if one Googles you, everything is about you
and a woman
and your ex-wife.
Okay.
Tell us, what was the difference married to an Oyinbo woman? Why did you divorce after 4 years? And help us with this conversation of what's so that's 2 questions, but the third one is the expectation of a Nigerian man of his woman.
I would like to answer that.
Yeah,
but I think what I would like to take from Jumoke's question is, we women, Nigerian women, we are tired, right? So when you marry a white woman, we would like to know what exactly is the difference. Like our own, because there's so much burden on us. What do we need to do? Because I know I'm not saying yes, the divorce is a different issue, but what is the difference in marrying to a foreigner?
Sorry.
This is a very sensitive question, but I will attend to it with the best of my ability.
Okay.
First and foremost, I would need to advise women in Nigeria. You need to stop nailing on this. I'm not saying don't be feminist,
Right?
but there is this kind of inferiority complex.
Okay.
That should be taken away first.
Inferiority complex.
Look away from the culture.
Okay.
This is 2018.
Yes.
And my own opinion is that when God created everybody, He created us with the free will. He's not saying go with the woman right. Put that aside.
Okay.
Focus on human rights.
Okay.
We are all human. In your family, you're a human. Personally, me, forget about it, whether I married a white woman or a black woman, I give my woman equal rights.
Yeah, she's white now.
Don't come.
I will go at you.
To be honest with you.
I will go. Wait.
Before you.
Because all these human rights things you are saying.
No, because I need to be honest with you.
Okay.
Before I did a white woman, I had a relationship with a
Black woman.
And of course, I said, you know what? We could have a child together. We both own that child. I don't know where you got the premise for that I should, the child should bear my name. But if I have my way, the child is going to bear our names.
Okay.
And secondly, you need to understand this.
Where you are going to,
I need to be honest with you.
You are shaking.
The women, no, I'm not.
We are on that table.
No, the women are doing fine. You multitask and you do so many things. But
Okay, let me let Tokwe jump in. Okay, Nima's been waiting. Let me let Nima.
fire me, small.
That your first Nigerian woman, how was she received by family? Was she made to kneel when you were standing to greet her parents? No, that's how it starts, because it's not just a mindset, it's the reality.
Abi?
When she comes, is she being judged that your girlfriend Wolele, she just sat down there while she was being served, she did not clear plates? Was that the reality?
Okay.
Was that the ideal?
Okay, thank you.
We know whether she's the same as you.
Thank you so much for this. Normally, with due respect and of blessed memory to my mother, my mom doesn't look into such things.
Okay.
No, she doesn't. We don't do that in our family.
Okay.
If you're coming, we're not ready to start looking at your excesses. And then, of course, we need to separate culture from tradition. There are some certain things that we put up as Africans that we form identity. Like if I am to greet our own parents, of course I'll have to prostrate. It doesn't mean I am being a slave or subjected to some kind of...
But if you refuse to prostrate, it's not going to be counted against you.
Okay, so you mentioned about...
It's a personal thing.
Okay, let me come
You
to Tokwe.
mentioned about feminism, and I've met a lot of men that have suddenly fallen in love with me in the past 2 Fridays because I seem to support humility, service, submission.
Subservience.
I don't believe in subservience, but, you know, and they're like, I don't understand this feminism. But because I wanted to research, I found out there's something called African feminism. And the idea is about respect for a woman as a human.
As a human being.
And you've mentioned it, but you were against feminism. So what is your issue with feminism?
What's your definition
of feminism that you don't like? The one that you're like...
Yeah. The point is this. I was in a forum in Ilori like about 4 or 5 days ago, and one of the panelists is actually a feminist, and our opinion about feminism is that whatever it is our opinion, it should override what the man is saying.
No, that's not correct.
And I quickly corrected. I said, you know what, young woman, you need to understand this. It is give and take. When a man is talking, you listen up. And when you're talking, you deserve a right to be listened to.
Right.
But I would not support an idea whereby a woman would think you should expect a woman to talk and abuse. Then you walk away.
I don't think that's
No, that is
it's
feminism
good
to
so.
some people.
Let us help try to...
Can I clarify what I believe feminism is? My point of view.
I know it.
Wait, sir. My point of view and the point of view of many women is equal rights for men and women. It's not about marriage, Joe.
That is what...
Sir, most men are concerned about feminism because they think it will give women such a strong voice that they can't control them inside marriage.
Yes.
I'm not married to the man on the streets. Why can I not talk to him the way he's talking to the other man? I'm not talking about disrespect.
So that's the difference.
Our culture is even respectful.
That is where you people are. The moment you start nailing on feminism,
right,
it is an ideology that wants to take over.
Okay.
And if it is given that free freedom, the field play. You know, some women could be so bossy.
Why are you threatening? Why are you guys?
No, I want us to be equal.
We have served people for all our fathers, great-grandfather, great-grandmother, all of them have been serving men. So we just say, just give us more respect.
Don't serve again. We are all to serve ourselves. I want to pay respect to my wife. I want her to pay respect to me.
Wow.
If I wash my wife's undies,
Wait,
no, it's fine.
I like that.
You don't understand.
This,
I don't want you to hammer on it.
Right.
It should be a normal system.
Yeah.
Immediately you start saying it's like a law. Start following the law of feminism.
No,
it should be a natural thing.
Sorry, Murayo, when you think these things are not happening, you find yourself in a relationship, you don't like the situation of things, the way the man treats you. You can talk about it. That's not you harming on it. Okay, can you please pick up once in a while? Can you change the children once in a while? You can. He's not happy. It's because the man is egoistic. That's when he thinks, why would you tell me to clean the room? It's not my job. That's a woman's job. That's where the problem is. It's not about us.
I know that.
I can tell you I don't like what you're doing now. Change it. It's not a problem.
But of course, to be honest with you, most you women take most of these decisions at home.
Yes.
There are some certain decisions men takes is going to backfire if it does not go through you women.
Yes.
You are not talking about that. The point is this, you need to understand this. I am being honest with you.
Right. Yes.
Forget about
But we like your point of view, Sha.
We're listening.
When we go to break, we're going to come back to you. But I wanted us to just finalize on this conversation.
Okay.
A popular artist, Tiwa Sajo, I said earlier, obviously, we don't know what her issue is. We have an idea because we heard the stories in the past. But we're saying that a Nigerian woman has so much pressure on her.
Very true.
Family,
Very true.
work, kids, the whole life that what you have to keep up with the Joneses. And you've had an experience of the other side.
That side.
Other woman. What we want you to just tell us a bit of the difference. Okay, I have sisters, oh, these are the pressures they go through. This is the white woman I married, oh, this was the kind of, this is how she handled it. Just tell us so that maybe we can learn a few things from the Oyinbo wife.
Okay. Normally, I don't really like to discuss my colleagues, but I would want to quickly say one or two things because it could help the artist in question. First and foremost is this. Love is universal. You can feel love, I can feel love.
Right. Yes.
But when it comes to a woman in Africa, there is always that limitation.
Whether you like it or
And
not.
it is killing the progress and the social economic growth of this country.
Yes.
We agree.
Women are not allowed to love who they want. Immediately they start loving who really cares about them, who pays attention to them, who understand what a woman is. Then there is that, why should it be?
Yes, now.
It's an African thing. Why should a woman fall in love for somebody? You could see somebody younger to you, and you want to fall in love. You could say, okay, fine.
True.
You are abusing me in this marriage. I don't want it again. And then you want to stay alone or you want to move to the next one. But if it is a man can marry 5, 6, 7 wives.
Yes,
it will be like, immediately a woman says, I am not happy in that marriage. I have moved on. Why should it be to a woman?
True. You're saying all the right things, sir. You're saying all the right things. But I have an issue.
They said that.
I have an issue.
Wait, let me know.
No, let me go. I have an issue.
Okay.
Because we hear and we know that one of the core things in marriage is having children.
Yes.
And people are speculating that that could be one of the issues that led to your divorce. Would you stay married to a woman that cannot have kids for you?
To be honest with you, if it is genuine love, the first thing that actually brought you guys together is love, to cohabitate, live together. You're not to decide when child will come. You can only keep drilling.
Was that why you divorced your wife?
No, unfortunately, because I don't really know, we are not yet divorced. But fine, I will have to say it on air now. I filed for divorce,
right?
But it is not yet official. It is not.
Okay,
I don't have a verdict yet. Now, the breakup is because she wanted me to relocate to England. And she tried twice, and I told her my career is just gathering shape at that time. We are 6 years on now. I cannot leave my career. You promised me...
that you will come to Nigeria.
That was why I went into the marriage. Okay, fine, because I have to look into...
You're an abnormal guy. You don't want green card.
No, because the point is this. I have labored so much for this career. People that know me from where I started, getting to 20 years. Why would I? No, I can sacrifice.
Right.
But the point is this, I wasn't ready then.
Wait, so do you see what I just mentioned? Now,
Back up.
the woman man was the one to pack up everything that she had in the UK and come. That was your expectation.
No, expectation. We agreed.
Yes.
We agreed on that.
So in your own case, there was an agreement, and I agree that once you go back on the agreement, it's a breach and it's a case for divorce. But in the African setting, let the woman be the chairman, CEO, MD, something, and the baby is crying. She better come and carry the baby new.
Exactly.
Yes, no, it's a baggage.
Because I had a story of somebody in Ife. She became a principal officer. They gave her a house, every car. My husband said, no. This is our small house here. It's what we will stay here. She had to forfeit that big house they gave to her.
Ngozi Okonjo, well, last story now.
When
my wife has no
That doesn't want to take green card in coin in the UK.
You don't understand. I have never
had
said
a budding career.
I never said I wasn't going to go for it.
Right.
She said a kind of job. She's a human resource consultant. Said it's a little job that can allow her work anywhere. I actually accepted that, and I said, okay, fine. She said she was going to move down. I've been going to England for almost about 8-9 years then before I got married to her. So how come I was suddenly?
So we should switch to your career now.
When we come back, even me, I have a personal question that I want to ask you when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Sir, I'm not being sir. She goes because more observe we lati gbà tí wá gbé mi ní airport. Letting one emoji bigger than law insurance abi. Don't know. She goes nǹkan sir. Go see. Sure, sir. Because you don't look happy. Person. Sir? I'm not happy. Oh. At all. Is there something you would like to share with me, sir? Well, and to bad if you're more, I'm not it on my money. You know me, Otorara. It's about my company.
What about it, sir?
Everything is just going down.
Thanks for staying with us. That's you on set. Now, anytime I see you on Instagram, Oga, I have never seen you with a man. Obìnrin shy. Picture, and they're always nicely busty women and very. And
you know his spec.
His spec. Every time that is shorts and he kind of, what is wrong with this man? Is it that women are just drawn to you? They just come to find you. What is it about you? Sharp, obìnrin shy.
And they are even
and
they are even offering him free. Can I say
no. That was the one day now. That was just an example. But they're always coming to you. What is it? Clear para?
What's that relationship with Auntie Toyin?
Hello, the Professor Yoba, but I don't want to speak here.
Okay. We have
reason iditi wo ni fe wa mo oloma jari.
Àmín Jésù.
The point is this: it is natural when you are an actor, a male actor, you get attraction from the female side, and then if you're a female, you get. But to be honest with you, I love to stick around women because, again, so talk. No, me like obìnrin. I'm a gentle guy, but money I have money. And some guys mistake me for a gay. So I always run away from where men are.
Before they start suspecting you and
so me will soon talk on let me my boy
I don't understand.
Right.
I have to be scared.
Is that what made you and Toyin close to the extent that you're the one that can mediate between Toyin and Mercy? You're the one that is always begging on her behalf. What happened in that relationship?
I really do not want to go into the details with that, but I will just, but you've asked. The truth is, naturally, we are human, and the industry is competitive. And at some point, you know, so many things were happening. I just realized that what have I been doing? I've been supportive to my colleagues. I've always been wanting to be there. Some of us are individuals in the industry. Some of us prefer and like the industry. So we want to mediate here, we want to correct here, and it keeps us on the spot
The
several
need
times.
for mediation is why I'm wondering.
Yeah, because
Mercy claimed that Toyin led to her marriage breakup. Was it true?
No,
Why did you have to
that
mediate?
wasn't true. And the point is this,
You like gossip.
basically, media, no. The point is this, somebody like me, and that is why I always come into loggerheads with some people. I am a very forthright and honest person. And the only way this society can get better is when you and I see something bad. Or something not all right, and we're able to express ourselves and speak out.
Okay.
That is the reason why Nigeria is the way it is.
True.
If something bad is being done to Auntie Morayo, I don't want to talk because I will say it doesn't concern me. And something will be done to me, you will not want to talk. We should speak up. And when I realized that, fine, I don't know why she wanted to get back at Mercy, but our reasons for doing that our reasons are not true, because I was very close to her. And it's almost going to affect the lady, because she dropped on our page that she was getting an endorsement, and I noticed that the manager, they both used the same publicist. And of course, jealousy could come in. We are human. But don't bring whatever we're doing on social media. Right. All these comedians are there, they are doing fine. They don't attack themselves. I always get attacked on social media. Any little thing that I post, bam, on social media, they start attacking me.
Career.
Yes. Moving into your career as a veteran actor and movie producer and director, we must say well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
But tell us about the Yoruba movie industry.
Okay.
A lot of people say that it's because of things like this that we should, when we say Nollywood is number 3 in the world, Yoruba is still a little backwards in terms of even amounts of royalty and fees that you get paid. Because of things like this, why are we unable to move that industry to where it really should be in the world today?
First and foremost, I need to quickly correct a notion. When they say number 3 in the world, they were trying to say it let me say,
derogatory way.
Because I don't deceive myself. We are number 3 in terms of quantity, because we produce in larger quantities, like the way they do abroad in India and stuff like, because of the population. But quality-wise, film education-wise, we're still far behind. And what I just noticed is that the government and the corporate organizations are not really doing a lot of help. We need proper legislation, because filmmaking is a first-class entertainment in Nigeria, and the government and government officials need to accept that. But they are not interested in what makes the people happy.
Have you sponsored a bill yet?
Yeah, I've been trying to sponsor a bill. I'm trying to cook up a bill like Lagos Film Trust Fund, which I have an NGO on that, which I'm trying to sponsor. But it's not easy. You have to lobby, it involves money and...
Okay, you're obviously well educated. Lots of young people just want to go into act. They see all the glitz, the glam, and they don't finish school. They say, you know what, I want to be a star, I want to blow. In your view, what would you tell young actors and actresses out there that want to get to your shoes, but they just want to skip the education because that's just too much work? You want to make the money tomorrow.
When you mean education, I myself am not too well educated. I only
have...
have...
But you went to secondary school, Sha?
Secondary. I was a prefect.
So what was your advice?
Well, my advice is this, which is very simple. A lot of people want to come into the industry without identifying themselves. Every individual has got what is placed in them to make them prosper in the real world.
Right.
So you need to know, what is the purpose of my life? Okay. Am I called for this job? And anyone you pick interest, most likely you need a mentor. Somebody to this is a skill you have. And then tell you, work on it. Immediately you have somebody that tells you that, go ahead and start getting formal education on it.
Yeah. Okay, let me take a few tweets, please.
Yeah.
Okay, Ayodeji says, Mr. Fabiyi, Gbagbe story. Who told you no Nigerian family will not be shocked at a wife who doesn't kneel while greeting? Reality, please. As much as you experience culture shock in the abroad, so is the same vice versa. Yomi Williams says, feminism will always be viewed as an affront by male counterparts in Africa. Our culture never advocates the tenets of feminism. It's alien to us except for those that grew up in the West. Gat George says, Tiwa Savage Instagram does not look like a sin to be a woman in Africa.
Yeah, that's it, Jimoke.
Most of them are talking about Tiwa Savage. So what are you doing? What should we be looking forward to from you in the future?
Presently I was decorated as a human rights ambassador by the U.S. Embassy and Crowley and in April. myself, to Simi and Obieze Kweseli.
Really
And
nice.
our task is to propagate the news and the, let me say, the message of human rights. And I just started a foundation, which is Break the Silence. Break the Silence Foundation. What I noticed is that our first sickness as a nation is that we're too silent. Everybody, we see social vices used, even at workplaces, at home. Everybody wants to keep quiet. Everybody wants to be loved. Nobody is ready to sacrifice. I have put up sacrifices in my industry, at home. I want to sacrifice for this country as well. Though I don't mean they should kill me.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I want to contribute my quota and give a voice to the
Now
voiceless.
that you're still working in divorce, is there any woman in your life right now you talk to anybody? You're dating?
No. I'm still session.
What's your spec?
What's your
My
spec?
You
spec.
already know the spec.
No.
It has to be.
No, those ones are just,
Manchester.
those ones, so by are fine. But
What are you looking
my
for?
spec is that I want somebody who is averagely beautiful.
Averagely, you don't want
I'm
glam.
afraid.
Yeah,
You
my
don't want
boy,
competition.
hypertension.
Averagely beautiful. Please listen very carefully.
Then averagely tall, outspoken. Someone in my boom, oh, she
At least you only have a few seconds left to averagely beautiful, averagely tall.
yeah, we're
Friar, I'd like to take this last tweet. Andrew Ebuka says, this is a challenge of leadership. We need responsible people in places of leadership to make the appropriate policies to make both men and women accountable for their responsibilities to family and the society.
Politics in view? In future?
Maybe not.
What state are you from? Ogun State?
Exactly.
So you might run for office at some point?
I would love to run for the governor or president.
They're not even serious.
That's all we can take on show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show. All right, that's all we can take. Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. Don't forget, please, don't use unbranded oil. It's very harmful to your health. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday.
We're ringing bell today.
We're ringing bell.
Oh, yeah,